Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Scorpio, November 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At our root, we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy coming through. If we have Sagittarius in our natal chart, that's going to come through very powerfully at our root. And we have the Fool. So we're finding our balance as we start on a new adventure. In our inner self, we have Strength, which is the equivalent of the Death card. So this is us coming through, and it takes strength to be reborn. So Scorpio, we're represented by the Death card in the major arcana. We're represented by the Cups in the minor arcana. This in the Witch's ways. The Witch's wisdom. That's it. The Witch's wisdom. The Strength card is the equivalent of the Death card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So we're going to see ourselves really shining through in our inner selves. We're going to be thinking about ourselves more, not in this egotistical sense of the word, but or sense of thinking. We're going to be finding it here. And I laughed a little bit because it's almost going to be like, oh, I don't want to be egotistical and I don't want this to be all about me. But I'm finding that I can step into myself a bit more, and I'm finding that I am embracing the change that is around me with openness and honesty instead of wanting it to be something else, wanting me to be moving in a different direction. We have the Four of Earth sign energy coming through, yes, but also this sense of this is vampiric energy. Now, it can be around an earth sign energy because that came through so powerfully, like the earth, it just came right out. There is the sense of being drained, and it can be around money. It's like I get to this certain point, and then there's either the sense of self-sabotage or sabotage, or, something happens where it feels like I just can't sustain that type of success. And Spirit's saying, why? Why is it that this negativity gets to outweigh all the positivity within your life, all the gifts that you have to offer? Then we have our emotional self. We have the Six of Pentacles. We need things to be in balance. We have the Sun because we're embracing the happiest card in the whole entire tarot. And then we have the Three of Swords. So that makes sense why we need things to be in balance, because emotionally we're going to have these highs and we're going to have intense lows. We're going to have times where we question, what am I moving towards? What do I want? Where do I need to be? What do I desire? And why is it that, just like the vampiric energy that comes through, why is it that I feel stabbed in the back? Why is it that I feel overwhelmed? Why is it that it's taking me so long to get to where it is that I want to be? I'm just seeing this recurring frustration coming forward, and it's like, why? why is this my lot in life? And Spirit's saying there are lessons here. It's not our lot in life to suffer, but it is our lot in life to grow. And to grow, human beings need that. They do need a bit of suffering. And maybe that's the wrong word for it, or the wrong way to place it. But in Buddhism, they say life is suffering, because life is about loss, it's about hurt, it's about pain, whether it be, you bite the inside of your cheek while you're eating, or you lose somebody that you love. I mean, life has pain to it. So when we have suffering coming forward here, there is this sense of, how do I embrace the happiness while still understanding the sorrow? It moves us to our public arena self. We have the moon coming in, which is Pisces energy. If we have Pisces within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here. And then we also have the 8 of Pentacles, our hard work paying off. But we have this fear of our hard work not paying off. Nobody's seeing what we've been sacrificing for, what we've been building towards, what we really want to achieve within our lives. Now, our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is Aquarius energy. We need to be mindful of, it's almost like our wishes getting in the way of our day-to-day life. And this doesn't mean that we stop wishing. This doesn't mean that we stop dreaming. This doesn't mean that we stop going after our goals. What this means is that we give a practical plan to things, and we start becoming very logical with ourselves, very succinct with ourselves, very emotionally attuned with ourselves, what we want, what we desire, and how our heart and our mind can come together. We're also going to have people in our lives that very much feed off of dreams. That's where they live. That's who they are. And that's going to be great. But there is also this sense of, I can't be lost in their dreams with them, because that's just going to be something that's very important. And I don't know why it comes up that way, because it almost seems a bit rude, but there is this sense of, I need to look at what I need. It's almost like, no, what it is that their desire, their want, their need starts to usurp your own. And that's what we have to be mindful of. We have to be mindful of somebody saying, yeah, okay, but what you do is maybe, they'll say like something like frivolous, or, you can do it later. I need to be focused on now. It's my dreams. It's myself. It's like, it's the me show kind of coming in. And that's going to be the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels, is angels and masters. Now, this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is a sense of our angels guiding us, our spirit guides being with us, being led towards something greater, something more than we thought we could imagine or thought that we could have within our lives. This starts to open up the door because we start to become more connected with ourselves. This then moves us to temperance. It moves us to balance. Now we're going to be seeking balance within our hearts. It's interesting that balance, temperance, is at our root. And so there is a sense here of, do I balance my strength? Do I balance myself with this openness or with this honesty? And do I also balance the part of me that once was with the part of me that is now? And it's very interesting because we have a saber-toothed tiger here, and that's what once was. The mouse is what is now. And so we can actually think that we've kind of downgraded in a way. We can think, wow, the bold, fierce saber-toothed tiger, that's what I want to be. But Spirit's saying now there is still fierceness in a mouse. A mouse is astoundingly, powerful if you think of how they can climb and what they can do and how they can lift things and move things and stuff like that. So we're going to have this sense here of, I'm embracing my power even though my power has changed. And even though I might have started to underestimate myself, I might have started to, to poo-poo myself and think, oh no, I can't. And now I'm seeing, yes, I can. And we're finding a balance. We're finding a way to fill our cup with emotion and insight and ideas and what we have learned or what we are learning. And it brings us to the Fool. It brings us to this place of being able to start a journey, being able to start an adventure, being able to move forward in a way that's right for us. It doesn't have to be right for everybody else. Actually, it's not going to be right for everybody else. But there is this sense here of, I have to move forward for me. I have to move forward with me in mind. The Fool, every single hero is considered a fool before they win. Every single entrepreneur is considered a fool before they win. Every single person who takes a risk, who goes after what they desire, what they want, or who holds true to their ideas and ideals that go against others, can be considered a fool. And what Spirit is saying here is like, don't give up on you. As long as you're not being hurtful or harmful, go after what it is that you need within your life. And it's time to take these steps. It's time to move us forward because we're embracing the very essence of ourselves, and it takes strength. It's very interesting that the death card is strength because, in a way, not to get morbid or maudlin on us, to face our own mortality, to face the fact that we will not forever and ever be here on this earth, is something that's highly depressing and can really just spiral us down. But it takes strength to be able to say, as I live, like as I draw in breath, I'm going to be making an impact on this earth, whether it be, just in a small way with my family and my friends and the people that I'm connected to, or whether it be in a larger way. That's irrelevant. It's the fact that I stood here, that I lived, that I embraced, that I enjoyed, that I became, and I transformed. And it's all about the transformation, Scorpio. People aren't going to know that about us. We don't like it when everything kind of stays the same. We're going to sit there and want to push the envelope, want things to evolve, want things to become, want things to be more. And so as we embrace this transformation, as we embrace this rebirth, we start to embrace our strength and our desire, our insights and our ideas. And we look at the energy that has held us back, this vampiric energy. Now here we have the standing stones. Here we have the sense of I am powerful despite the hurt and the pain that I have been through. But there is the sense of trying to balance our voice with our pain. And we're going to have a bit of a hard time with that, a bit of a time, trying to work out how we move forward, where it is that we want to be, how it is that we want to be, how we're opening up the doors, where it is that we're going. So do be aware of this during this time. The Four of Pentacles comes in and says, what is the weight that has been sitting on your chest? What is the way that we hesitate to move forward, the doubt that we have to get us to where it is that we want to be? And how is that? And how is it that we can change that? How is it that we can see ourselves moving forward in a very different way? And the Four of Pentacles is this recurring pattern from when we were little. It's somebody spoke negativity over us. Somebody made us feel like we had to carry more than our fair share. This can also be for the people who don't carry their fair share at all. I mean, it always goes in two ways, right? Some people take on all the responsibility and some people take on none of it. And we're going to need to see the balance here. We're going to need to see this harmony, and we need to look at harmony during this time, meaning we need to check into ourselves. We need to check in with ourselves. We need to check into what we want and how we're moving forward and where we desire being, because the Six of Pentacles comes in emotionally and it feels like we're out of balance. We can see when things are out of balance. We're going to be able to feel it very, very easily, yet we're not always going to know what to do with it, because this is following a pattern that we've been through before. And we're going to think, well, that's just normal. This is just how we cope with things. This is just normal, reaction to things. And what the Six of Pentacles is saying is that I have to get this into balance. I have to get this into order. I have to see this. I have to see myself and see what I desire more and more and more. I have to see the give and the take of where it is that I want to be, of how it is that I'm being treated, what it is that I desire from my life. And it moves us to the sun. It moves us to joy, prosperity, success, the happiest card in the whole entire deck. It moves us to a place of opening up our hearts, of being able to move forward, of going after what we love and what we want. And as we do so, we're facing a lot of the hurts and the pains that have held us back, a lot of the fears that have made us feel small, that have made us want to hide in the corner, that have made us doubt our voice and that our voice should even be heard, that people even want to listen to us. And what Spirit is saying here is that we will face setbacks all the time within our lives, all the time. And they're going to be most impactful when they are around the scars that we have. All right. So the setbacks that we have usually play off of a hurt, a pain, an insecurity, an anger, a depression, that we have been through in our lives. And it's that triggering moment. It's that thing that brings everything up to the surface. And it's like, whoa, now I have to deal with this again. And what Spirit is saying here is that we have to name the three things during this time that are holding us back. We will have more three things to come. Most definitely. We're human. We accumulate things, right? We will have these three things change over time, most definitely. But what Spirit is saying is that during this time, especially within our hearts, it's mentally understanding what has been holding us back, the fear that has been guiding us, the chaos that has been a part of us, maybe even it's just the sense of being overwhelmed, the sense of being a bit lethargic, a sense of maybe even falling into a little bit of a depression with everything that's going on and everything that we have to do. And so here, the Three of Swords comes in and says, name me. Name the fear, name the hurt, name the pain that we are carrying. And as you name me, you start to set yourself free. And it moves us then to the moon, because there's a fear here of, if I set myself free, what the heck happens next? If I face the fear, if I see the shadows for what they are, as just simply illusions and delusions of our mind, of our preconceived notions of the past coming forward into our present, and not as, the playing of light, not as the darkening of certain things, we're going to find that we will be overwhelmed. Shadows are simply that, shadows. They give depth and dimension, and they spark an interest in us. It's like, what's there that we cannot see? What's there that we cannot see within ourselves because fear is taking over? What's there that we cannot put our finger on within our hearts, within our souls, because fear has once again taken over? When the moon comes in, we start to look at our subconscious and conscious self. We don't do this consciously at all. We do this rather subconsciously, where we start to look at, what is it that I want inwardly, heart-wise, and what is it that I want, in the waking world? How is it that I want myself to be able to move forward? The Eight of Pentacles comes in. We start to call out a lot of illusions and delusions that we're living by. And the Eight of Pentacles comes in, and it's like the hard work is paying off. This is, opportunities opening for us. This is a sense of being able to walk forward to what we want, to what we desire, to where it is that we need to be. This is us saying, why not me? And what have I been spending my time and my effort creating? This doesn't just have to be work. This doesn't just have to be, I put in my 10,000 hours at work. I should be advancing further, or I should be, doing this or doing that. What Spirit is saying here is that this is what I have dedicated myself to. These are the lessons that I have learned as I have been alive. And this is me now moving forward in the 10,000 hours of learning how to embrace my voice, in the 10,000 hours of learning that people don't get to have a say over my happiness, in the 10,000 hours of a million different things, so that I can move forward to where it is that I need to be, to where it is that I want to be, to what it is that I desire within my life. And as we do this, and as we claim this, and as we see this, we start to see ourselves. Because sometimes the riches that are coming in, the opportunities that are being built for us by divinity, by Spirit, are not ones that we are even aware of. We would think, oh, I don't want that, if we got to claim it, if we got to choose it. But because Spirit has chosen it for us, we've been pushed forward in a way that is really quite extraordinary. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's being very connected to this earthly plane. It's having everything be measured out by wealth and prestige and power. And it's knowing here that, as especially water sign energy, a lot has to do with the heart, and a lot has to do with the emotions coming forward. So that's going to be very important for us. We can tend to lose sight of that, and we can also have a tendency during this time to surround ourselves with people who view success very differently. Our subconscious chakra energy is truth. This is the third chakra. This is embracing our truth. This is saying what's right and true for us in this moment, in this time, being able to open our hearts, being able to open our minds. The throat chakra, when we say speak our truth, it's living our lives in a way that we're proud of, in a way that amplifies us, in a way that, honors us. And that becomes something where, yeah, people can have a problem with it, but there's also going to be a sense of and a respect of authenticity around us. Our subconscious rooted energy is the moon. The moon is coming up. A lot of fears are coming up during this time. Fears, doubts, heartbreaks, pains, disappointments, things that have held us back. We're going to be looking at them now, and we're going to be seeing them more. We're going to be seeing ourselves more. And we're going to be saying, how is it that I move forward in the gentle light of the moon? There's some sort of illumination that's coming. It's not a forceful illumination. It's, again, that gentle illumination of the moon that guides us, that leads us, and that helps us step into our power by helping us face our fears. Our subconscious inner self is the Six of Water, the Six of Cups. There's something that we've been carrying for too long, and there's going to be this real sense of nostalgia around us, or it's not only nostalgia, but we're going to find these like hurtful, hateful words from people who raised us, from people who taught us, from people who, were supposed to love us, care for us, that scarred us in a very real way. And this is going to be a time, we have it coming through with the Four of Earth, with the Three of Swords, and now with the Six of Water, even with the Six of Pentacles, trying to find that balance. It's coming forward. And what divinity is saying, it's like, I can have this weighing me down my whole entire life, but where will that get me? How will that move me forward? What is it that's going on here? And we have to be aware of this during this time and open with this knowledge during this time. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self, and that's the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. But this is also the sense of emotionally, I need to turn inward. I need to have illuminated what I want from my life. I need to shed a skin and embrace the flexibility of mind and spirit and soul, and understand that I am wiser and more prosperous than even I understand. Because the prosperity isn't about buying the big homes and driving the fancy cars. It is the prosperity of our soul and our connection with divinity, and being able to embrace our purpose, our desires, and where it is that we want to be in life. It moves us to our subconscious inner self. No, public arena self. There we go. Which these two, our inner self and our public arena self, they're going to be so intertwined during this time. So is our rooted self. It's like everything leads back to our inner sense of us. And we're going to be taking a lot of things on our shoulders way too readily. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I'll fix it. Oh, okay, I'll deal with it. And Spirit's saying, why? And stop. It then moves us to the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, that's coming through very powerfully here. If we have fire sign energy within our chart, here it says action. We're going to find that we need to act. We're also going to find that we're going to be stinking terrified to act, and sometimes we're just going to have to jump. Now, this is a time where doing things rashly can lead to unfavorable outcomes, okay? But there is this also sense with us here, Scorpio, that if we don't act, if we don't go after it, if we don't embrace our passion and our desires and where it is that we want to be, we will stay stagnant. And Spirit's saying, jump, go for it. Don't act out of anger. That's going to be something that we really have to be aware of during this time. Act out of intention of self and where it is that we want to be, our passion, our creation, our fire, our determination. That's going to be the game changer. Okay. All right, Scorpio, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, but also the unexpected triumph of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio.